I'm a Brooklyn nigga in the out. I'm a Brooklyn nigga in the out. Times it look like Vinny Styles.
Salute to my right, Rachel. To my left, Jekin. And welcome to episode 29 of the To The World Show. Whoa, come on, blind. There's 2 episodes in a row.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see him lose his breath.
I want to see you lose your mind. Do this shit all over. What up, everybody?
Yo. What's the fucking deal?
Hello, Rachel.
We got Rachel in the building again, 2 shows in a row.
Oh, I feel real special.
So,
we feel special.
Before we do start,
How about that?
we brought Rachel back.
Mm-hmm.
She did a really great job.
Thank you.
Aside from the part that she defended Cardi B and was sitting in the middle.
We're not talking about that.
Aside from that,
That's why she lost her seat in the middle. She lost her seat in the middle
Definitely.
for that. She lost her seat in the middle for that.
no. The real reason why Rachel was
She's trying to use her her master's degree for Cardi.
I'm
we
not
all know.
trying to use my master's degree for Cardi.
Yeah, you did.
I'm trying to use my gender for.
I like
Even worse.
I like how Jekin gangsta all of a sudden again now that he's in the
Nigga, she was in
the
front of
other
me. I was
side
bad
here, I'm in the middle.
intimidated.
The
I was
heat is pulled
intimidated.
off of him. It's
Right.
He's a little. He's not less.
I was super intimidated. Like I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go at her. But once she started looking at me with the eyes, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Feminism at its best, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I got 4 sisters.
Let's start.
Fierceness at its best.
How was your weekend, Rachel? I mean, how was your week? Sorry.
My week was good. Very busy.
Mm-hmm.
You too.
No, we're gonna get into my week now.
Anything new? Nothing new.
Paid my taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, you pay taxes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right now I do.
Oh, you rich.
Guys,
No.
2 of the ones about
Not
to be
when you
turned
pay
up.
taxes.
Because I'm about to borrow money from Rachel.
You don't got no dependents, nothing?
Rachel can hold
No, I have no
something.
dependents.
I have a few dependents I have to sell to you next year.
Rachel, I told her downstairs, can I hold something?
It's not like that. It's not
I got
like
300 kids, it's alright, but I love more. But I had a good week.
You really
overall.
do got 300 kids.
Yeah,
I'm happy you admitted that on camera.
I know, but you know, they make me who I am. If not, Jackie will be a drunk on the corner when I have my children.
Really?
They make me responsible.
Oh, so you're not a drunk already?
They just keep him from being a drunk on the corner. Like
Thank
you
you,
said.
Rachel.
From being
Thank
a
you,
drunk.
Rach. Thank you for holding me down for that. I was stuck in the corner.
Before we do start, congratulations to Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
We won yesterday, baby, against
Fuck
Philly.
you,
Big
Philly.
upset.
Fuck you, Philly.
You watch basketball, you channel?
Probably not.
Yeah, I do. I just
You got a specific
You
team.
missed the playoffs.
missed the playoffs.
The playoffs was yesterday.
They-
Rachel had one point.
it's
She said,
been-
like doing her taxes and lending me money. That's what happened.
Listen, that's what you have to do to be an upholding member of society and a good citizen. But no, it just felt like the last couple playoffs were a repeat of the year after year after year after year.
And you know what's sad
So
about it?
for me, I just felt like I was a little. I was a little off this year.
You know what's sad about it is that we watch sports, so we just watch sports because we stuck into it. But when you get somebody that's not really into it, they sit around us in it. That's what Rachel just did. She said, it's the same shit all the time.
Let me guess.
You don't want that bullshit.
Let me guess, you a Yankee fan?
No, I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, bro!
No,
I knew
fuck
something
that.
was right. I knew something was right.
Bombs! Bombs! All types of bombs! That's why we love Rach.
Yeah.
That's why we brought her back.
So, we got a lot to get into, man. We're gonna get straight into it, man. iCloud. Now I'm fucking with y'all. Nipsey, we gonna get into the Nipsey shit, cause
We spoke about it last.
We spoke about it last week.
yeah,
But Best Alu has a theory now. What's the theory?
I think it's I don't think it's a conspiracy if it's the truth.
No, conspiracy has a little bit of truth in it. But I need you to reiterate what you were telling me
Alright.
in the phone.
Alright, what I'm trying to tell you is that when we hear conspiracy, we think government and everything, and I don't think the government is involved in the Nipsey situation. But I do think there's some hood shit.
Hoods can. What do you mean hood? I'm lost.
I'll explain. For instance, the getaway driver. You was the one that told me this.
Okay.
Alright, what is it that happened with the getaway driver?
I feel like. Alright. Well, so now I gotta talk about. I don't. First off,
Absolutely.
viewers, I don't think it's a conspiracy, but I think it's some shady shit going on, Rachel. So, I live in Brooklyn. If tomorrow me and Best Alou decide to do some crazy shit, and let's say Best Alou kills somebody. Well, let's say Rachel kills somebody. That's a better point. Let's say
No,
Rachel
let's not say
says,
that.
fuck it, I'm gonna kill somebody, right?
That's not safe.
If I'm next to Rach or I'm next to Lou, I'm an accomplice. So if it's murder, I'm an accomplice to murder. Right? And I'm not a law enforcement agent, but I'm an
If you're
accomplice.
next to me while I do it,
Yes.
you're saying you're an accomplice?
Nah.
No, let's say, all right, it gets better. Let's just get right into it. The guy that murdered Nipsey, by the way, fuck you. I hope you die. His lady was the driver. So when he got caught with her because he got caught trying to enroll himself in a crazy home, whatever. But his lady was acquitted of everything. Now, like I just said, accomplice. Tomorrow, me and you kill somebody. Tomorrow, I kill somebody.
But you gotta prove that she knowingly knew he was going to do that.
Not sure.
That's reasonable doubt. Like that's how.
I'll put it
this
Rachel
is-
back.
That's how.
Fuck this.
No, Rach. You're in the you.
I'm not saying from my perspective. I'm just saying from the legal perspective. From the legal perspective, you have to prove that she knowingly.
But
knew that.
it's a fucking big case.
It is. Yeah, that's not denying. I'm
So
not
everybody
denying.
gets locked up when it's a big case, and she gets a good way scot free. That makes it skeptical. But it's not. That don't mean it's conspiracy. Conspiracy, Lou.
No, conspiracy, Lou. You're the one that wrote up these fucking bullet points on the goddamn agenda. Don't try to throw this shit on me. What the fuck is the photo of the accused? Because I'm trying to wing it right now, and I don't know what the fuck you meant by that. What's the photo of the accused?
All right. So what happened? All right. Okay, Lou. So Nipsey's partner, they called him Cowboy. When Nipsey was slain, and when the shit happened, they interviewed Cowboy. And Cowboy had said, yeah, this guy was an upcoming rapper, and Nipsey had put him down. Meanwhile, Cowboy always knew that he was a part of Nipsey's gang. He knew Nipsey. So the fact that he did that is one of two things. One, like, maybe you don't want to snitch, maybe you don't want to do what you have to do. Or two, like you were a part of it. Like you were his partner. And you telling him that this fucking guy, you didn't know this guy? He was a rapper? No, he was a known 60 with grip. And he had snitched, and Nipsey said, I don't want you around me. And then whatever happened, happened. You had to know that. Like Lou, like we partners. So Lou's gonna know if I have a situation here. So I'm the conspiracy theorist motherfucker because I was like trying to do it.
I know. I was trying to be honest, like trying to figure out how this. What is this conspiracy theory?
He said
There's
this
several
conspiracy.
conspiracies going on. One
Dr.
was
Sebi,
the Dr.
I
Sebi shit was the one that
Yes.
I immediately shut that down.
Well,
No, excuse me. He almost slapped her.
Come on, huh?
He almost slapped her.
You want us to be close, right? The Dr. Sebi shit, I don't think the government really got time to
I'll tell you, pharmaceutical.
That's just me. Like I don't think the pharmaceutical company's gonna get their bread regardless.
Of course.
They don't have to kill Nipsey to do it. Now I do think there's some hood shit that's going on that we're gonna eventually figure out in the long run. Now, you sent the picture we're gonna put on TV
Yeah, sure.
of the dude's fucking haircut. That shit was crazy. Did you get to see it?
I don't think I.
You don't have social media.
I don't have social media.
She doesn't. That's why Rachel
That's
was so
good.
great.
Don't ever get on social media.
Never, please.
And don't get on iCloud.
And don't.
Whatever you fucking do, please don't get on iCloud. But continue.
iCloud.
She got iCloud. You got iCloud, though.
You got an iPhone, you have iCloud.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you choose to.
I didn't know it saved shit from 2013.
Yeah.
Look at that, Nipsey. I mean,
You don't turn
should
up that
be
little
recording.
function
You
on your
should be recording.
iPhone.
Yes.
That's
what is it?
automatically.
Oh, you're gonna show me after the show.
Yeah,
I probably got a whole bunch of
No,
shit.
so I put up. I give you all the material, but I'm the one in conspiracy theory. All right, whatever.
Absolutely.
We're gonna end the Nipsey stuff. So, Rach, the guy that was accused of killing Nipsey. I'm a guy. I get haircuts often. Like I'm getting 2 haircuts a week, like that. Even though my beard is.
Oh, I was about to say it on show. Alright, go somewhere else. I do that. You
Sexiness. Either way.
That was like a
So-
hair commercial.
For head and shoulders, mad dandruff.
Don't let me turn on the fan. Feel fucking beard from away.
So, what happened was, I told him, and I didn't believe it was a conspiracy theory, but I thought it was odd. The gentleman that got accused of murdering Nipsey, when they showed his picture in jail, he had like a fro. When they arrested him, he had like a Caesar.
That's the
Now,
only picture I've seen of him.
now,
With the cover.
the guy that gets haircuts often, I usually get my, like you saw the sexiness guys, you saw it. When I get, it doesn't grow back. As a matter of fact, I got this haircut on Tuesday. That's what, 4 or 5 days ago?
Not sure.
And this guy got arrested 2 days later, and he got a fro.
I got my haircut yesterday.
So
bro.
what is the theory you guys are trying to say? That's what
It was, no, I thought he was the one talking about conspiracy theory.
No. I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy, but we could call it some hood shit. What do you want to call it? It's more
Whatever
than what we
you call
know.
it,
What is a
it?
conspiracy?
What is it?
What's the definition of conspiracy?
Conspiracy means some shady shit happened, and they don't want the public to know about it. And I told you guys last week I didn't think that. And now you're reneging and making me look like an asshole? Because you said Sammy and all this other shit. You with a 2-to-1 hat now you get a Josh.
Motherfucker, there's not one goddamn word here that says Dr. Sebi. You put all this bullshit in here. Hold on.
All right, so
Yeah,
you know
just double
what?
check.
All right, you know what? So let's agree. I put it on the agenda. I apologize.
I do think the Nipsey
So
shit.
they-
I do think a year down the line, we're gonna find out some shit.
So then it's a fucking conspiracy, motherfucker. Let's hear it.
Oh man, we can't say conspiracy on YouTube because they're not gonna fucking put up.
Oh,
all right.
We don't have enough.
That's
followers.
my excuse, and I'm running with it. Quarterback.
But blame me. Now he want to blame me. No, you YouTubers. No matter what happens, he's a conspiracy theorist.
All right, scumbag. Let's move on. We're gonna stay on the Nipsey situation because I do want to get you guys.
That's not Nipsey. This next level he did.
This is kind of Nipsey's. This is Nipsey's wife, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Kodak Black was on. What was it? Live? He was on live, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram Live,
Yeah.
and he just said some outlandish things about Nipsey's widow.
We'll put it. You'll see it.
We're gonna put it right here. 2-to-1 TV.
We'll see it.
And I want to know, starting with you, Jekin, what you think about that, man? His comments. Wait. Before you
I
start,
think Ray should take this first. I want to finish this. I think Ray should take this first.
Oh, tell me.
Kodak Black is a young.
I know who he is.
All right.
Okay.
So Kodak Black said. I can paraphrase it.
Yes, paraphrase it.
Lauren London is Nipsey Hussle's girlfriend.
Yes, I know that.
But no,
His wife.
baby mom, like that's probably what. If you're not his wife, in the hood, that's his wife. So Kodak Black said pretty much, I know you're in pain, and I'll wait for you 2-3 years, no matter what. You can cry on my shoulder, but you're gonna be mine.
This was
Nah.
like, what, 3 days after?
This is
Oh,
like the next day.
it was disrespectful.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful.
okay? Elaborate, please.
It's just a little insensitive to what she's going through. I mean,
She's a beautiful woman, though.
Of course, she is a beautiful woman, but he said some other things too.
Yeah, he definitely.
He's always saying some kind of wild stuff. He said some stuff about Kim
Ka-
Kardashian, with
Ka-
Kanye, and
Oh, Young and May. We had an episode with Young and May.
Oh shit, that's true.
Where he said, Young and May, you know, you have a
yeah,
vagina. I don't
he's
care
a
how
little
you.
wild.
This
But
is hilarious.
I mean, just human to human compassion. Like, she's going through this terrible loss. Like, why are you gonna make it? Why are you gonna like? You're gonna be mine? Like what? That's kind of like. That's like sexualizing it or putting some kind of like.
I don't think you guys want to hear my take on this.
No, I do want to hear your take on it.
Wait, before you do that.
Yeah, look ahead.
I don't think Kodak Black owes anything to Nipsey. That's one. They wasn't close. The respecting, I get it. But if Lauren London's bad, bro. So there should be some kind of exception.
What? No.
Listen, what's the exception?
Huh?
What's the exception?
She's bad. And I'm offering you a shoulder to cry on.
What the fuck did I do? Wait.
It has a lot to do with everything.
I'm gonna say this. This is what I was trying to say. Kodak Black said he brought out to public what a lot of people probably were thinking.
Maybe.
And he's
Not,
young.
not
He's young.
everyone, maybe.
That's the problem. Men, a lot of men ain't worth dog shit. So we saw, remember Wedding Planners?
Mm-hmm.
There was a funny movie. That shit is true. And then you had Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah, the funerals.
The
He
funerals.
gives up weddings and goes to funerals.
No, and that's hilarious. But most comedy is based on truth. Women that are hurt are looking for something.
Yeah, but they're looking for support and compassion. Not,
He offered
not,
a
not,
shoulder to cry on. That's
He's
what
offering a little bit more.
But,
It sounds
but
like.
Rach,
It sounds like
he
more.
brought it. He brought it out. He said it. A lot of guys don't say it. They just do it. But they're gonna be like, you know
So
what?
what?
She's
So
gonna
what's
cry on
that?
my shoulder. I'm gonna
What's
be
your
there for
point
her.
What's your point by him saying it?
My point is that, or was he a scumbag for admitting it?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, I just think it's insensitive and it's a little bit
100%.
and disrespectful.
100%. But what I'm trying to say is that even though he's a scumbag,
Even if that's what you think of
other
what
guys are
you
thinking
feel,
that.
there's a time and a place, and that's not it. And not especially this soon after something.
But Rach, you're 100% right, and I agree with you. But what I'm telling you is that there's men out there that may not say it. They may not, because it's not the right
They're just
time,
gonna act
but
on
they're
it.
fucking thinking it. And this young
Everybody has
asshole,
messed up thoughts, though.
most men have messed up
But-
thoughts.
Most people have messed up thoughts. But
Yes.
you have to know. You gotta know what. Like you have. That's why we.
You gotta have boundaries.
Yeah, you just gotta know what's appropriate and not appropriate.
Honey,
And that's
and I agree
that's
with
so
you.
much of the problem. Just because you think it doesn't mean you gotta say it.
I agree with you. But the only thing. Hey, go ahead.
This is our generation's fault speaking. These kids are all about trolls and all about trolling. Alright?
I
And
don't think it was a troll.
you think he was dead?
I think he said what he felt. And the problem is that
I think this goes
and the problem is that men, we're assholes. We think we're part of our penises. We think in a sexual manner. Lauren London is a beautiful woman.
Yes.
And my condolences to her and her family. What this young guy did
But he should
is he said what
cried.
he said.
I know.
He said something that not me per se, but men think like that. Oh shit! Because let's say if a man wanted to get with her,
Yeah, but you know what? I think all that honestly is irrelevant because if she's not even giving that any
Of
mind.
course
she's
not.
not
Hell
even
no.
giving any.
No way,
That's
no
not
way.
even.
No
That's not
way.
even registering.
no way. But men think like that.
But for other people, it makes him look like an idiot.
Please
For
do not-
sure.
Please do not
No,
marginalize.
he is
all men.
innocent.
I just want to let the audience
Cuz,
know
nah,
that
fuck
Jack N thinks like that. I do not think like that for
I don't think like that, but I know men, especially
Asshole.
if oh my god, they're calling me.
Decline.
Um,
You should learn how to put your phone on don't disturb.
yeah, right. Especially when you deal with men that because there's men that are in love with your woman. There's men that even when you're alive, I want to be with her.
I think
So any I'm sorry, any like entry to get in, I'm gonna do it.
Amazing.
So even though, like Kodak, do I agree he's a piece of shit? Do I agree what he said was out of bounds to the 100th power? Yes. But men feel that way. Because let's say, let Rach, and
I don't know. I'm just gonna, caution you on encapsulating all men in that.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Because there's
all right, shoot,
man thing.
some men.
men who look
Some men.
But the fact that you want to make it seem like every man thinks like that makes me think like that's
Poor
what
Zoe.
you think, and then you want to support what you think by saying all men
I'm
think
trying
like
to
this.
think out the box. I'm not saying that. I don't think like that. I'm happy.
I personally wouldn't tell Laura London, I want to give you a shoulder to cry on.
But would you?
I would give you a dick.
There you go. Shut the fuck up. That's what I'm telling you. And, and we're being,
that was a joke.
and we're being assholes and we're being insensitive. Right now we're just making a topic. Miss London, whatever you're going through, I apologize if I was wrong, but I know people like that.
No.
And the thing is that
I know you too.
and fuck you.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
This show is went sideways for sure. Ray said, I ain't signed up for this shit. The last show was already not this one.
Alright, so
Let's move on.
was he trolling? Was he being real? Last
I don't know if he was trolling. He just was being.
He's being obnoxious.
Yeah.
He was just being Kodak Black.
But
Yeah.
the thing is that, the thing is
That's
that
part of his,
It's part
That's
of
what
his
I'm saying.
natural, right?
That's the whole thing.
But the thing is that
His image.
a couple weeks ago, he said he wanted to have sex with a known lesbian who was more on the manly side. Manly side, where she likes women and she portrays herself as a man, a woman. He let her know I want to have sex with her because obviously she has her body part. He wanted it. And then now, it's almost like, God, I don't want to sound like an asshole. But he's saying shit that some guys really think.
And it doesn't, just because he says it, you know.
Doesn't make it right, Rich. I didn't say it makes it right.
Yeah.
I didn't say it makes it right. But
And I don't know, I don't like the implication like that he can just own something like that. Like,
that's what,
yes, please.
I'm not saying that he's right. But that doesn't mean that some men don't think like him.
No. Yeah.
That's
I agree.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying he's right. And on the contrary,
So what is the point that you're trying to say by the fact that some men do think like that?
what I'm trying to say is that everybody's bashing him. And it doesn't make it right. And a lot of people and the truth is that he said what a lot of men were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it right. That just shows how much of
He said everything Jack N was thinking.
I wasn't that.
Just
So-
retraining we need to do
There you
in
go.
the male.
So everybody's coming after him. You know, you're out of bounds with that shit. But you know what? He's thinking what other men are thinking. So you know what? We gotta talk and make people understand that that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't do that. But what got me mad is he got so much backlash. If he's getting the backlash, then you gotta talk to more men because that's how normal men think.
Yeah, but not all men are
I don't
getting
know, that's how
on their
normal.
3 million page Instagram and saying that either.
Yeah. Well, he has the followers to do it.
So
You
he
just
was
said it
fucked-
yourself.
He was fucked up.
Hell yeah, he was out of bounds.
He was
Yes.
fucked up.
For
course,
sure, he was
of
out of
course.
fucking bounds.
It was very disrespectful.
No, let me stop. Yeah, I think he was fucked up, man.
Yeah, he was terrible.
We're gonna
I'm not supporting him. I'm just giving you object opinion of how men think.
You just
like
want to give a glimpse into the way that men think.
and it's sad.
let's stop
But it's the truth.
marginalizing all men, though. That's not true. Not all men think like that, J.K.
I'm sorry. Most men think like that. How about that? And I'm a man. Whoa. I'm a
Surveyed
man.
men?
I don't have to survey men. I'm around me my whole life, and I look at my friends like.
And you know how people think? You could,
I know how my. You know what? You're right. My audience is not that huge. But,
No, not to say your audience, but just saying like you're.
But I was honest with my friends. I don't have a million friends, but the friends that I know 9 out of 10 guys that I know that I hang out with. Lauren,
I already know
But
what's
if
about.
both
I
of
already
them
know.
did that
yes.
and said the same thing.
Oh, I don't-
If they were in the same
And
position.
I don't. No. I have to say, I know a lot of men.
And I bet my
I know
life-
a lot of men that will fuck the shit
Nah.
out of my wife too. But
I'm not one.
if I die,
I'm not one. And I'm not one. And I may have done whatever I've done in my life. That's one thing I never cross the line. I always said one thing. I always said this, and I live by it. If a man is willing to cry for his woman, then she's off limits.
yeah, I agree with that.
Sex is natural. You can always find a woman. You can always find a man. But once somebody that I know cries for somebody else and gives that kind of emotion, especially from a man, it's hard for us to cry. And you do that, that's off limits. I don't care what happens. You could break up with her, it's off limits. Because it's more important to me to respect the person that I deal with's feelings than to get off. But that's not every man. And most men don't think like me.
Especially if you look like fucking Kodak Black.
And most men don't think like me. You know why they don't think like me? Because most men will be like, they'll get over it. It's whatever. You know. He'll get over it because it's another woman. Because a lot of machismo. But it's not like that. Once you have feelings for somebody, you can't take that away. Like I believe in when you love somebody, you always love them. You may hate them eventually. It's a thin
You
line.
might not be in love with them.
But you love them.
You always have love.
You don't
for
want
them.
it, exactly. So that's why it's like, I wouldn't do it. So when I was bringing this whole topic up, it's because I've had conversations with people. And they're like, he died or he left, I'm about to get it. So when you come with Kodak Black, was he out of line?
Well, leaving and dying
was-
are two different things.
That was fucked up though. He was like, she's a whole widow. Like the terminology that he used during that shit.
But he's
I
like
think-
25, bro. When I was 25, I was such a piece
And
of
that's
shit
what I'm
myself.
saying, though. That's
Your
that,
brain's not even fully formed.
Exactly. You're
That's
not-
not. I mean, there's just as he wasn't trained properly. He
There
wasn't,
you go. He doesn't have any guidance.
Alright, so I guess we all could agree that he was
wrong.
Sue by the mouth. Sue by the mouth.
he was definitely wrong.
He was walking on waters he shouldn't have done.
We're gonna stay on the youth since we're speaking about Kodak Black
Okay.
and his youth.
Okay.
We're gonna get into a little serious topic here, and I actually wrote one of these questions up for you
Okay.
last episode that we didn't get to.
Okay.
So there's a
Let's
famous
pick racist brain.
there's a famous I don't know if you heard of XXX.
Yes.
Of course you heard of him. He mentioned in one of his interviews the three things that are damage that the youth is facing right now. Youth meaning people like me, 20 and under.
You like 40. Get the fuck out of here. 20 younger.
Bruh.
What?
Anyways,
Get out of here.
blow me up like that, man. So I want to know if what do you think? The three things that he said was gun violence, depression, and drug use. Do you think that's accurate? And if you do, why?
Meaning that's what's wrong with.
That's
him?
what he said that's what the people his age group are dealing with the most. Which would be what, 20? How old was he?
I would also
21?
like to put in anxiety and possibly
And the anxiety leads to drug use, right?
all of that leads to drug use. Well, I mean, the mental health can lead to drug use because you're using that to fill a void. You're using that to self-medicate.
But, he brought this question up to me. And yeah, gun violence, man. Gun violence is if you have.
Gun violence has always been.
Yeah,
I think gun violence has always been going, but I think.
But I don't think the mass shootings in school.
Oh no! I think.
I remember Columbine, and that's it from my time.
Yeah,
No,
that was all from.
I think these guys, I swear, man, I hate talking conspiracy and shit like that, but I feel they do something to these guys. Listen, a black or Hispanic man shoots in the street, he doesn't make it to the precinct. He's dead. These white guys, mass shooting, they kill the earth, and they make it home. They get to have their last supper. They get to go to jail. We don't. And I really feel like this shit is like corroborative. Like it's like dude goes into a fucking movie and shoots everybody up. Dude goes into a fucking church and shoots everybody up. And it's like okay, he's crazy, but it's accepted.
Well, they're not looking at the mental health that's apparent that's not apparent in the street. Like they can choose when they want to use it as an excuse.
But first off, how the fuck you get all those guns?
Or what?
How do you get the guns? How do you get?
Because there's some states that allow you to get it.
Yeah,
you
go to
gotta
Walmart.
remember that you live in fucking New York City right now, which is like
I know.
Chicago and shit.
Even Philadelphia. I go to Walmart.
Well, you could go.
Shop.
There's a 15-year-old right now that could in Florida. They could go.
You can still go to places and get a gun.
Exactly.
You just have to have a background check in New York. You can't. I think there's just
Yeah, it's hard to get a
regulations
permit.
first.
But all right, let's get away from the guns, right? So guns out of New York.
Guns has always been there. I think guns.
But the
There's a lot
drugs.
of things. I don't know statistically to answer that. To be honest, I don't know that statistically enough to say.
I don't think
How
he
much
was giving statistics.
how
he
much
was
it's
just giving
affected
his.
them, but it does feel. I would say it feels like it sure is accurate that it's gun violence has always been there, but it's more. I don't know, like media attention to it. There's more.
I live in
more
Best
attention
Stop.
to
I
it.
live in Best Stop, bro. Gun violence was there every 2 hours.
But even
So-
you said guns, you said drugs and depression.
I think
Mental
depression.
health.
I think
just like to say
depression.
mental health.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I think depression is really
But
because. All right, I'll give you an example.
Mental health leads
What?
to a lot of times gun violence, and not
That's
because
true,
not
that's
because
true.
people who are mentally ill are violent and want to hurt people. Because there's a sense of I believe a sense of I'm powerless or I'm not like there's something distorted within the way that we view ourselves, so that we need the gun gives us a sense of power. The gun gives us something that we don't think we have within ourselves, and that's
what about the drugs?
and the drugs are the same thing. The same thing.
Drugs.
You need protection.
Drugs affect every generation.
No, but that's what you said. You said the depression with the drug use.
Drug-induced depression. That's what you're saying.
No, you just said. That's why I'll just reiterate what
You
you said.
clarifying?
Yeah,
Depression.
I think people want to be numb, right?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
So it's like whatever I can do to get
We're
that.
living in a world that's really like high anxiety. There's a lot coming at us, you know. So I mean, I did hear. I'll give like a little more like
Please elaborate.
information. Like I did. I can't remember the gentleman's name who was doing a study on youth today. It was actually saying that the youth of today is actually more anxious than anything else. Like we're creating more anxiety
Because social media.
because of social media. Absolutely, you know how many and more affected are women versus males. But I'll say why
Don't get me
because.
started. Don't get me started.
But I'll give you just what the
Of course.
information was, and then we can debate. Was that girls?
That's
A
it.
lot of times, girls are more likely on social media to put something out, like post something, and just wait for
Attention.
a
reaction.
like. Do you like that post? Do you like that post? It's a lot of validation that social media like you need, like that you think you need from it. So, and just the way that the perfectionism that is put out there, like beauty standards, all that kind of stuff, like it creates a lot of anxiety. But they were saying the reason why they're saying it was affecting women more than men was because, girls more than boys. It was because boys sometimes will have a sense of camaraderie, like through online video games. Like they have that, they have all that they can, and that's the thing. Like if you're in that world, it's very isolating. You're detached from people. So
But that's not the world we live in now.
it is the world we live in,
Like,
for young people, especially.
When I was younger, and I always was a video game person. Mom spoiled me. I had Nintendo and
But you couldn't log on with Nintendo.
I didn't want to play my game.
Go
I wanted to
live.
run outside, play with my friends, and do all this. Now, they're not in tune with life. So,
Well, they're in tune with what they think is their life.
Can I ask you a question? Totally on people. Why do you have social media?
Why don't I have social media? I felt from like early on
She
it was bad.
recognized it,
I
right?
just thought I was like, this is not something.
my
I
best
need to
friend,
get
my
involved
best friend Joey, crack. He doesn't have social media because he said, first off, I don't want attention. Second off, I don't like to be other people's business.
Yeah, I am a
And
private
third,
person.
it's not making me money.
I am a private person by nature, but I just felt like I don't need to. I had seen it at a time when it was like MySpace and Facebook was just coming out, and it was like there was a
I
lot of
fucking hated
drama.
MySpace.
It was
So
drama.
you
So
never
I-
been catfish.
Yeah. Well, it depends on like what you mean by catfish.
Catfish means.
Well, no, I mean like
I'm-
through. Well, I mean like yeah, I could have been catfished.
You was catfish.
in-
Yes, she
The eyes said it all.
Ray,
The eyes
so
said
you
it
were meeting
all.
somebody that was handsome, and it was like,
Well, not
What
by
the
looks. I would say
fuck?
not by looks, but like men have presented themselves to be a little bit more.
$2 million
Ray, that's every
salary.
man. Ray, that's every man. He buys you the most expensive dinner, and and you hang out with him, he lives with his mother. Every man be catfishing women forever. I'm talking about you met somebody online. Let's digress.
Well, yeah, people will put up a picture of them, and it looks like they're a lot younger, and then you meet them in person, and their hairline is.
So
a
you've
lot-
been catfished? Yes, you've been
Yeah,
catfished.
I guess I have.
Funniest story. We'll digress. Okay. So,
I'm not a completely different person. Not like the reality show.
no, I've been catfished. So before MySpace, I was on America
Me
Online.
and-
America
AOL.
AOL. That's what
It was the shit.
AOL was like.
I love
That's
AOL.
where the catfishing even came from.
Yeah, it originated.
Yeah,
So so I didn't have any money, so I would be on that chill, So I met someone. She was from Spanish Harlem, and we kicked it off. And they showed me a picture. I sent a picture of me. She sent me a picture of her, and she was attractive. She wasn't like a model, but she was attractive. Right? So I go over there to meet her. He looked at the picture you had, like duplicate. There was two of them in one. So she was really heavy, right? But she was pretty. But she was big.
Every time I hear that, I think of Shadow Hall. I'm sorry. Go.
She was a big girl. So, to give myself credit, to pat myself on the back, I wasn't shallow. Because we were talking for like 3 weeks and the conversation was great.
Yeah, you're like, she's cool. I like
So
her.
then when I saw her, I was like,
What do you like to eat? Everything. But go ahead, get my phone. Go ahead.
no, and that's the truth. When you get with a big girl, she want to order a salad. Like, you don't eat salads. Get the fuck out of here. I'm digressing. So, Me and her ended up getting intimate, and it was the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
Because without having to share the details.
No, share them, please.
No, you know. All
right. How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
I was like 18.
All right, share it. Go ahead, go.
She wanted to get on top.
Oh.
And the whole time, even though I give her credit, you know what's fucked about it, I don't remember her name. I give her credit, she was doing a good job. But the whole time she was doing what she was doing, I was afraid she was gonna. No, I was afraid she was gonna hit me and it was gonna break. So it was like.
But is that because of her or is that because of you?
Of course, it was my insecurities. Mm-hmm. But even after that, I think we both realized that it just.
She's like, I need a man who can handle this.
Yeah, no,
you couldn't handle it.
I couldn't handle it. I ain't gonna shit on it. I couldn't handle it. And it wasn't for me. And I guess we both, we went our separate ways. But the catfish shit is real.
Yeah. That's all social media. You're catfishing the world, showing only people.
But why?
Because that's the.
Why you can't? Are you not like? You are who you are.
You are who you are.
If somebody doesn't want you, that's for them.
I mean, I think the idea is that not the idea, but I think that the thing is that social media allows people to only pick and choose what parts of their life they want people to see. So
that's true.
You know,
look, I sent the dick pic. I put 10 inches. I'm not 10 inches, bro. So I guess I catfished the shit out of a bunch of fucking girls.
But first of all, if a woman is online looking for like 10 inches or like that, it's probably not the woman you should be talking to anyway.
It's true.
So my whole thing is like, why?
But the question is,
we're digressing.
Yeah, we're like, let's go to the agenda. What's the next topic?
No, finish your catfish story. I'm very interested.
No, but in relation to social media and why it's messing up the world, is that what
I mean,
you're trying to connect it to?
Yeah, I just don't understand. You are who you are. You know, when we take our clothes off, and not to get really graphic, that's who I am.
Yeah.
And then this is who you are. Why is it necessary for you to lie or say, I'm this, I'm that? It's like fucking.
Because we've allowed another standard of like perfection to be the standard of beauty.
Who's perfection? It's almost like,
remember, a lot of catfishes do it as
it's almost like, guys want that girl that has the big ass, and they always talk about, I hit $1 million, I'm gonna be having sex with these women, right? But then it's the woman you have or the woman you normally sleep with, you had to accomplish that. Like you guys, you vibed, you talked, and they got that way. Mm-hmm. Why deal with something that's artificial because of whatever your monetary situation or who you are for what you've gotten, what you achieve? Get something that doesn't give a fuck about you. So with social media, because now we go to social media, fuck the agenda. Social media is the biggest bullshit ever. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that
you can say that now, but our parents were saying the television was fucking us up. What's gonna be the next step?
They probably were right.
Well, some parents say that. Some parents don't. I mean, some parents let this raise, just like some kids were raised by TV. I was raised by TV.
Yeah, I definitely was raised by TV.
I was 100% raised by TV. And the funny is that I was raised by TV, and then mom said, "What did you watch?"
Yeah.
And then it was like, I just watched TV. No, but what did you watch? So I was being psychoanalyzed as like 10 years old.
No,
you guys talk about mom.
Psychoanalyzed. That was questioned like a parent should be. Like, okay, you're gonna watch TV, but I want to know about what's going on. Actually.
Well, see your brain. What did you see?
Yeah. What were you watching? She's checking on you.
What do you watch? Shit that I watched.
Oh, she's watching it with you.
Yeah, of course.
My mom didn't know shit I was watching.
Well, they may have known, but I don't think they knew the extent of.
No, she didn't know because she thought she had it locked. But we're not gonna get into details. Before we do get off the subject, though, last week you said something, and
I did say something.
You said a
lot of things.
Since I found out she don't have she don't take Medicaid, I'm gonna ask this.
I'm not on the.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask these questions. I think.
No. Let me wait. Hold on.
Rachel's expensive.
No. Time out. You gotta let me. You gotta correct that because that's not a completely true statement.
She's close to Bushwick. My fault.
No.
Rachel takes Medicaid.
You take insurance. If you take anybody that is involved in the marketplace, takes insurance from the marketplace, you're taking on some level Medicaid. I said just
Yes.
as you know.
Rachel's
myself,
right.
I
Rachel
don't
played.
know.
Rachel's going on business level.
Don't worry, we'll edit this.
I'm gonna put Rachel's card at the end of the show. Get Rach if you want. If you did it with your shit.
I got a bone to pick with you, Rachel.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, I do.
Hold on. Let's fucking
Let me
do
drink some
it.
Gatorade.
The bone to pick.
Pick away.
My problem with the mental health system today is that there's a lack of spirituality.
Spirituality? Nah, that shit.
I think so.
I don't. How do you know?
No
First of all, I'd like to
fucking
know
way.
where you come. Where do you get that information to make that statement?
Because spirituality, that's why people are dealing with their mental health. Are you fucking
A lot. Because the only time you speak about a higher power is during AA.
No, during AA you talk about your problem. I'm a fucking addict, this is why I do it.
I don't think you know, first of all, we don't know, you don't know what goes on in every person's session because that's private information,
Of
you know,
course.
but who's to say that God doesn't come up in conversations in therapy?
Because you're not. I don't think every time I try to bring up God,
You
with
have to
my-
be, as a therapist, you have to be aware of a person's values, and you have to be objective. You're not putting your own stuff in there. What I believe or what I don't believe is irrelevant. It's about what the person who's in front of me is
I agree with you 100%.
is going through, what they feel, and how I can tie that in.
So what's to
make
say
that-
somebody who's really hearing demons is not really listening, hearing demons?
Well, you gotta
That's a case by
reality
case.
test that.
That's a case by case basis.
It is a big case by case basis, and you have to understand what do they mean by that. What are those demons telling you, and whether or not like there's a safety concern. Because whether it's, you know, at the end of the day, if that's something they religiously are.
I know people who are not religious
I'm
at all
not
and tell
taking
me
a
they
chance
hear
with somebody
demons.
who's saying that these demons are telling me to hurt myself and hurt other people,
Yeah, there you
because
go.
that's a safety concern. That's the highest concern that I have when I have somebody in front of me. So I have to get that evaluated. That's out of my hands now. That has to go to a higher level of care.
Yes, of course.
I've been to the psychiatrist a lot. I've shared on the show
Me too.
many times.
It probably saved my relationship. I think therapy saved my relationship. But
You know
I had
what
a funny
fucked
story.
up my relationship? iCloud. But go ahead, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna name this episode iCloud. But
So my relationship.
you got it down.
We digressing like fuck the agenda. I might as well just talk.
This-
I never agreed with therapy because I always felt like I know what I'm dealing with, and you're just gonna tell me what I'm dealing with, and you're just gonna bring up my inner demons, right? So
There goes that word again, demons.
it's always now inner demons. I'm just using the word. It's not my speciality. It's my word. That, you know, the inner things that was hurting me. So you know, I had broken up with my wife now, my fiance, and I it wasn't that I wasn't getting other women. Like it's natural to me. So I was having multiple partners. I was enjoying life, but I wasn't fulfilled, and I missed her. So we decided to do therapy. You know, so we go to therapy, and the first thing that happened to me in therapy is she started crying. I never saw her crying before. And then she started like seeing her feelings, and it's like the first thing that killed me was she said, "You don't love me." And in my head, I'm like, I wouldn't fucking be here if I didn't fucking love you. I was like I was a whore. And for men, being a whore is like almost like an accomplishment. Like I sleep with a lot of women, I'm the fucking man, you know.
That's
It's a machismo shit.
You go
But you know what? As a man that has done that, when you get somebody that knows you,
Never
like,
catch me on iCloud being a fuck.
so we went to therapy. So the therapist was like on her side. Like, not really on her side, but like, you see her, you hear her, you hear her. And it's like,
She's checking in with you.
yeah. So we went to two sessions. And the therapist, I remember the therapist said, you don't talk about your feelings enough. Which most men don't.
Well, you also.
Most men don't. They
That's
don't.
what she said.
A lot of people don't.
And she said, I'm not trying to like single you out. It's normal. Most men don't. So you need to tell her how you feel. So this is when I realized I don't need therapy anymore. But I'm glad I had therapy. So I come home and I said something to Zoe, and I'm like, yo, babe, I feel this, babe, I feel this. I'm talking to her, right? And Zoe, I love you, but I hate you, motherfucker. Zoe says, babe, not for nothing. You're a little bitch. That's what you mean. She's like, you act like a bitch. Like, deal with it. It's life. And I remember I told her, I said, I would never go to therapy again.
No.
But hold on. I know you.
But isn't couples
No,
therapy a whole
I
different
have a
thing?
whole lot to say.
But in that moment, I think we both realized that what the therapist was asking us to do, we probably couldn't do. But we understood that. We got to a point where we understood that. I know you feel like that. You know I feel like this. So now we know what our feelings are. But we're comfortable with each other. So I can't go here, you can't go there. So we try to go there, but it's not us. That's not what made us love each other. At the same time, I recognize your feelings. You recognize my feelings. And that was what was dope about therapy. And we never went back after that. But I have to admit, we had to go there.
Of course. You have to, because you have to communicate what you're feeling in your relationship for it to work. Communication is key, but just because she says that doesn't why does that devalue like your experience in therapy?
Good.
For her calling you a bitch.
Rich because, first off, as a man, that's the worst thing you can call me.
For you as a man,
Bitch?
that's the worst thing. The worst thing for you to be called is a bitch. What does that say to you?
That
I
was
want to
actually-
give you a little therapy.
No. Oh my God. And I ain't paid for it. That's free.
Great.
It wasn't that it hurt. It was just like,
What is that saying to you? What does it mean about
no,
you?
it was just like, we went to a mediator. That's what the therapist are. Mediators.
So let me ask if this is what you're saying. So by her saying that you're a bitch because you're expressing your feelings, you just need to deal with it. It's kind of saying like you're being too sensitive, you're being too into your feelings, and now you need to just like toughen up a little bit. But that's exactly the thing that got you into the mess you were in before, because that's the problem that I personally see so much with men, is that they think that being part of being a man is that they can't show their feelings, and that's how we raise men so much, and I think that's kind of wrong. I mean, they're not socialized to feel their feelings.
I agree.
Or a little boy falls, it's like, man up, you're okay.
That's not right.
No, everybody, feelings are valid. Feelings are important.
No.
You need to know how to express your feelings. You need to know how.
But
That's love right there.
That's love, right? Thank you.
To be comfortable enough, and manly enough to be able to support your own.
where was that hand at before you touched my face?
Continue. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I know, but you're the host. I mean, you gotta let it get to the agenda because
There is no agenda.
no,
This
right.
was part of the agenda.
Obviously.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're right. And what I was trying to elaborate on was just the fact that she never saw that side of me. I never saw the side of her. So we opened up that Pandora box. Like we opened up that box. This me, this you, and we both realized that all right, we probably don't want to deal with that. Like I don't want to deal with that part of you. I don't want to deal, but I know it exists. So now when I tell you, now when I tell you I'm stressed and I'm dealing with my shit. I don't have to tell you because I don't have to tell you exactly. I express it. I'm dealing with this. I deal with
How
it.
do you express it?
No, because the fact that I'm doing that, yo, babe, I'm going through my shit. She knows
Oh,
what
okay.
Because when I try to talk to her about what I'm going through, she looked at me differently. And even to this day, I see you call me that. She starts laughing. She's like, I just called you that to fuck with you. But many of the truth is said in jest. So, like a lot of jokes be real. And when you say a joke to somebody, you don't know their interpretation of what the fuck you just said.
Exactly.
So I could be like, yo, Rachel, you're fat. And you'd be like, and you may have, and me, you may be very close. And I may say that to you, like, and you look in the mirror, it may fuck you up. Or you say, Josh, you're not the most handsomest person in the world, like I feel. And then you're gonna fuck me up. Like, Josh, you're not that handsome. You fuck me up, you're not that really. You're gonna fuck me up. So what happened with therapy, and I think people should take, they open up a door, and then they allow you to walk through that door. And then if you walk through the door and you're comfortable with the door, keep walking through the door, keep dealing with it. But you never knew that door was there. Like with Zoe
you
and I,
don't know that door is there because it tapped into awareness you didn't even know you.
I never saw her cry.
And yeah, you were in a relationship where you weren't showing.
Almost 7-8 years, I never saw her
No,
cry.
honestly,
But the other thing is,
And
to
she
say
said-
that
and she said I love her, like I loved her.
to kind of piggyback what you're saying is that, part of the issue is that you're opening up, like you're saying, like you're opening like Pandora's box,
Yeah.
and now things are kind of messed up.
No, it's not messed
It's
up.
not
No, that was it's. No, honestly, I opened up Pandora's box and now things are great. Because, like I said, she knows that I'm an emotional person. And now I know.
What is Pandora's box? You're opening up your you're opening up yourself to
Yeah,
one another.
yeah.
You're showing each other who you want to feel. You're not being guarded to each other.
Exactly. So now this is who I am. So you want to know when I come home and I say I'm fucking stressed out, this is what I'm dealing with. So she decided, she said, you act like a bitch. And it wasn't, I don't think she was being disrespectful. She was like, say man up. And I usually man up. And I think it was her version of saying, all right, babe, do what you usually do. But she knew what's in my brain now. So when I come home and I'm stressed out, now there's no argument anymore. Babe, I'm dealing with my shit. Leave me alone. Because she knew about it. But she didn't know how to handle it, which most people don't. When she comes to me with her problems, I try to be there for her, right? But maybe I don't. That's what saved our relationship. So therapy was great, but she didn't understand me. I didn't understand her. Like I said, I never saw her cry. I didn't know she felt that way. So now that opened up a door. And then she never saw me express myself. So I started expressing myself. So it was both like uncomfortable, but we both understood. All right, so my man comes home. He's on his own level. This is what he's thinking. I'm not comfortable with it, so I'm just let it be. I see her overwhelmed. And I'm not comfortable with it because I don't know how to take it away from her, so I'm let it be.
But
I'm just saying.
you're also assuming
from us two. That's what happened. Now, I'll give you my interpretation of it. Hers, she may see the show and be like, that's not what the fuck I got from it. But we talked about it. That's what we got from it. But I think with therapy, the biggest thing with therapy that happened with us, we talked.
Yeah.
We started talking.
Communicating.
It wasn't just sex. It wasn't just hanging out. It wasn't just raising these kids. We actually got to talk to each other.
And you know what happened after that talk?
Eventually, sex is gonna go away.
Go.
Sex is gonna go away in your relationship.
It all makes sense.
And that isn't to the amount that.
Rachel, it all makes sense.
Rachel, I'm ready to come see you again. Let's do it.
Now it all makes sense. Now I understand the hot dog strap-ons and everything because you opened the Pandora box and you're comfortable.
That
with
wasn't my fucking package, bro.
Listen. We are here.
That wasn't my package,
this
bro.
Is a very positive episode, Jack, and please. It's okay. It's okay. It was. I knew it.
But you know what 2 to 1 is? You know what he said? He said, you can wear the strap on. I'm like, how? He said, because you put it in the booty and then you have your other shit. You did.
Shit
fucking
like that, bro.
freak.
Anyway, speaking.
Labels.
Right? What's wrong with this guy? Man, you just opened up and now you're going to act like that?
You were the one that told me you wanted me to give it to you.
All right, hot dog. That's your name. Since we're on the topic of sex, let's talk about Eric Gonzalez, district attorney of Brooklyn.
You've been defeated to talk about this shit.
I ain't gonna talk about this. He is with legalizing. First of all, he's as you know, he's already lessened. I guess we could say lessened, or really marijuana charges are out the window now.
Yeah. Decriminalizing.
Good word.
Yes, thank you. I needed that. And now he wants to decriminalize prostitution. I want to hear from a woman. What do you think about that? Because you already know what the men are going to tell you. I'm all
How much? Go ahead, Rachel. Sorry, yeah.
What do I think about it? I mean...
You could get a male prostitute too, I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, they're just looking at... I look at it from a perspective of, like, mass incarceration and just saying, like, you know, we just need to slow it down. Why do we need to send people to jail or... you know, criminalize people for, you know, some things that we don't necessarily need to.
I see prostitution like I see abortion.
What?
I'm going to elaborate.
Before?
No.
I
see it like...
Shit, I was about to say, wait a minute, what's this guy? There you go.
It's your body. Do what the fuck you want with it.
Okay.
Hey, you know... Damn, I'm going to sound like such a chauvinist. Fuck.
You always do.
You're
ready.
Get it ready.
30 episodes. Here it comes.
Not rich. I'm not rich. But women do that. Like, you know, take me out on a date. Spend money on me. I mean, of course.
Jesus, I was waiting for
Put my gloves on. I'm rich about to fight. It's yours. What you have here, God gave to you. Right? We're not talking about no religion, we're just God, the maker, gave it to you. Do what you please with it. And why should you be penalized for what you have?
You're not being penalized for what you're having. You're penalized for what you're doing with it, according
But it's
to
yours.
the law. That's
But it's yours. Abortion, right? All right. You know what? It's like I had sex. Unfortunately, I don't want the baby.
I don't. To be honest, I don't know enough. Why? What's the back? Well, you really want to talk about.
Yes, exactly. You bring it up, and then you want me to argue.
Why? What's the?
Yes,
I think it's exactly what you said. It's about mass incarceration.
Yeah.
And the backlog of the New York City of New York City is already hectic as it is for all the fucking.
I'm not gonna lie to the
dumb
ones.
shit.
I don't appreciate Best Stop doing it. Best Stop doing is bringing up topics and then sitting back and watching me and Rachel.
Eat a dick. That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
No.
What is it then?
We need you.
What is it then?
He needs you.
I need you.
Tell me. Let's go. What is it then?
No.
Because you just compared prostitution to abortion.
No.
So if you're in
Your body,
a
your
mood,
choice.
if you're in a mood to debate with somebody in the middle, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's
come
go.
out. And I'm gonna elaborate what I said. When I say prostitution and abortion, that means your body, you get to do what the fuck you want with your
My
body.
body, my choice.
That means your body, your choice. That
Okay.
means if I don't want to have this kid at fucking 6 months, even though it's
Have you ever been
horrific.
to the
Get
book?
forward on this.
Yes.
Have you ever been to the book?
Come on. So that means if I want to sell my body, I can do it too. It's
Okay.
me. That's mine. Why should somebody stand in between what I want to do with me?
Would you want your daughter prostituting or something?
I don't.
Exactly.
But that's her choice. It's hers.
That's her choice.
It's hers. I made her, but her body's hers. What she has is hers. I don't want to have
Do
an
you know
abortion
the
either.
dangers? Okay, because you want to get into the debate. Do you know the dangers of being a prostitute?
Cause
First of all,
you go somewhere else with it, bro.
No.
You know the
Come
dangers
on.
of selling drugs. You know the dangers of living in fucking Bushwick. There's dangers in
of
everything.
being alive.
But you have it's yours. What's yours is yours. Nobody should be able to
So
tell you
what's
what the fuck to do with your
Are they
shit.
going to decriminalize it and make it like Amsterdam, where you're a sex worker and
The
and
details
you have
haven't-
like
I
you have
don't really
actual
get into
rights,
detail.
like it's a profession? Because then there's a lot less dangers to it. Not to say there isn't the dangers completely, but there's
Talking about what?
there's less.
Escorts, right?
No.
Well, I'm just saying,
Brothels?
I call it escort right now. And everybody knows it. You're not escorting me to have dinner. You're going to come to my house and give me sex.
No.
You
And
can
then you
ask
go
what
home.
you
You're
do, whatever,
wrong.
just
You're
whatever
right.
the
You're
person.
you're paying for companionship and time.
That's what it sounds like. But
It depends on how you-
coming from experience, that's not what it is. I done called the escort and she came to my house and says condom or no condom.
All right. So what do you want to fucking?
I was
do?
22 years old. That's what she told me. It's not a debate. What I was saying is this. You brought that up.
Okay.
And I think you understand what I was saying. It's your body. Do what the fuck you want with it. If I gotta sell my toes for you to suck them, fuck it, my toes. Why we gotta have to debate about it? Why? When I said
We're
abort-
debating about it because right now
Exactly.
there's a law that says you can't.
But that's what I'm saying. The law should be banished.
Listen, I
It's
can't-
when I
There should be a law.
when I brought up abortion
It's the
with
oldest
when
profession
I-
out there.
of course, number one, when I brought up abortion with prostitution, yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense when I talk about the two. But abortion, people don't want abortion either. Now, if something's inside me that I don't want, it's my choice. I want to have it. So at the same token, if I want to have sex with whoever I want to fucking have sex with and make money off of it, why should you fucking judge me?
No. I can't get into Eric Gonzalez's fucking head because I'm not district attorney.
He's brilliant.
However,
You're brilliant.
no, I think he's trying to make his job easier. I think
Brilliant.
that's what it is.
Well,
Brilliant.
there is a new thing now, like progressive prosecutors who are not trying to just like put everybody in jail. Like the idea is like that's the idea of like.
They just don't want to get
Reducing
called a
incarceration.
prostitute and being the
Not just
highest
that.
New
I
York
don't think
City
it's just that. I
DA.
think it's also looking at the idea of like how we are going about things in the criminal like this is all part of criminal
Yeah, if you're
justice.
gonna be
It's a
open-minded,
conversation.
if you're gonna be open-minded, you gotta look at the world like the obvious. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like now, I don't know if it's on the agenda. We're talking about marijuana, right? First, now marijuana, you only get a ticket for. He's happy. Now you have a city job. They cannot drug test you for marijuana. So
I wanna work for ACS.
What does that lead? That leads to marijuana being legalized.
Essentially, right now it's medically approved, so I mean that's probably why.
And you know, federally it's still illegal.
Well, yeah,
Like, the
it's
country
state
is still
by
legal
state.
in the country.
It's a state
But
by
the
state.
state over, yeah.
But step by step.
It's alright.
It's the same thing,
States
bro.
are sovereign,
now.
so they
It's the
have.
same thing. It's the same thing. So the fucking the biggest job in the history of and in the earth. We have to like illegalize or legalize it, and it's not just for women. Men can be prostitutes too.
You could. It's not.
I ain't gonna lie.
It won't be as easy as the other
You
way.
can have all
How do
this
you know
stuff
that? How do you know
for
that?
$200. You can have
It's
this
all about
stuff.
supply and demand.
Exactly. You can have this stuff for $200, $250 if you want the nipples.
I
And
charge
you
for
want
the
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the man.
If you want the mouth, that's $500. So like,
Wait, what'd you say?
So this is $200 and $500.
Oh, I thought you said this is another man.
Another man.
Whoa. Oh,
I mean, listen, I
That's
know
$1,000.
people that way as well.
I wish women was as eager for male prostitutes as males are for.
You be
Because
surprised,
we don't
bro.
have to pay for it.
Exactly. You don't.
You know.
A girl could go out and say, "I'm gonna have sex tonight,"
Exactly.
and then pick and choose who she's gonna have sex with.
That's about you guys. That doesn't say about us. That says about how easily you guys.
Just like what I said earlier.
Oh, you trying to
What I
say
said
I'm
earlier.
game
Well, the
ranger?
whole Nipsey thing, right?
Fuck that.
And I sound like a terrible person. But if Lauren London, and I hate to say this, if Lauren London tomorrow says, I want to go meet somebody, I'm going to have sex, she can pick.
I'll tell you who she ain't gonna pick. Kodak motherfucking Black. I'll tell you that much.
Because she's smart.
Alright, so last thoughts.
His
Are
hand like he
you
stinks.
for the
Legalization of prostitution.
Not legalize, decriminalize.
Yeah, decriminalizing, yes, decriminalizing for sure.
I'm for legalization.
As for 13th, we have way too many people in prison.
I'm not for it. I'm gonna be the one in this situation. I have a mother, sisters, and daughters, and as long as they're not prostituting themselves, I'm with it.
What the fuck? Nigga,
I think you have to look into what decriminalization means.
Exactly.
What are you saying? Like,
That means what you're doing is not a
he's
crime.
not saying he's legalizing it. He's just saying he's decriminalizing
that means
it.
what you do is
You
not a
still
crime.
got a
Ticket
So I
for
think
it.
that yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
It's not a
right?
crime anymore. So you
That
can
you
do it, it's
can
not a
pay
crime.
fine. You're just not going to get
You go to the
charged.
book
Have a
to
charge
get
on your
time
record.
served.
But it's
They'll take it.
That's what they're doing with marijuana
yeah,
now.
yeah. Bro, it's gonna be Vegas in New York.
That'll be awesome.
The Bunny Ranch. Right? That's the place.
That's the goat. That's the goat right there.
2-to-1 ranch.
That's the goat.
Let's do it.
Rachel's gonna be the head of the brothel.
I'm going to say, tell me what's going on. Why did you want this? Why did you want this confession for yourself?
Oh, I
You
have the
happy?
perfect set.
She give therapy before she comes
Bring
in.
out the 3 bunnies.
She went, all right, you sure you want to do this? Okay. If you do, sign it right there. If not, let's go downstairs and have a session.
Oh man. Alright,
Brooklyn!
Time out.
When this show ends, Brooklyn Nets beat the Sixers. Fuck that! Yeah!
They play tomorrow. But
Yeah, no, they
before-
play today.
They play tomorrow.
But they won the first game.
We already said that.
No, we didn't.
We did not open the show with congratulations to Brooklyn, Rachel. Or am I drinking too much Gatorade?
No, I think we did start off.
We sure did,
Yeah.
buddy.
It was one of the first topics we started
Oh
with.
my god, alright, I'm sorry.
Boop.
Let's forget
Because
it.
I want to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yo, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Alright, let's end the show like
That's
this.
why I haven't even been on about the playoffs. My mind has
Hold on,
been
time
set
out.
on-
How's it gonna end? You know HBO ends the show's terrible.
No, you read the book.
I didn't
You
read the book. I
Okay,
didn't read
okay.
the
So
book.
I was
Here you read the book. There was
I
no
didn't read
ending.
the
There was
book.
no
It's
ending
really
to
long.
But there was no ending to the book. He gave.
No, they're not done. They're not done.
He gave-
But what?
he gave one
the
purpose.
book-
I'm just happy how we all supporting incest. But that's fine with me.
Jon Snow's fucking his aunt.
He sure is. But go ahead,
She's
Rachel.
very pretty.
She's ready because she's very pretty.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I'll fuck the shit out of my
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Yo, guys, she's very pretty. Oh my god, Rach. The truth
Alright,
comes
go
out.
ahead.
How's it
What
gonna
do
end?
I think? What do I think?
How is it gonna end?
I don't
The
know.
last
What do
episode.
I don't.
Wait,
Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it
Jon
simple.
Snow's gonna take the Iron
The throne.
He's gonna take
That was in it.
Because he
You?
is Targaryen. He's next in
He's
line.
gonna die.
We don't know that. I don't know.
Rach,
I don't know.
HBO's known for fucking shows up at the end. I think it's
There's
gonna
been
end.
a couple, but
I think it's gonna end where she's gonna give birth to his child, but it's still gonna be a dilemma. And then you're gonna be stuck like
they can't. It's all about now the White Walkers and fighting this war. That's this. What you don't know.
who's your
is
favorite characters? Who are your favorite characters?
My favorite characters are
Khaleesi's.
is Daenerys, is Jon Snow, and Tyrion Lannister.
The Lannister's my favorite. My favorite.
Tyrion.
No, not Tyrion.
You
The little
fucking
guy?
I like
capitalist.
Cersei.
Peter
I like
Dinklage?
Cersei.
Right?
You like Cersei?
I'm gonna tell you why.
I went there. I went to to King's Landing, you know.
For real?
Yeah, in Croatia.
That's. I'm gonna tell you why. For 3 reasons. One, they always pay their debts, right?
Okay.
2, malicious. They are malicious.
And
And 3,
fucking dragons,
three,
bro.
and 3, they're cynical. They like with her, right? Even when her brother Jamie's there, and she's talking, she's like, this is like they're opportunists, but they understand the world. Like when the father was in power, right? He killed certain people. Like they understand the world.
They understand their role in their world.
But they just understand people.
You don't understand fucking your
I'm
world
about-
until a dragon comes and blows your shit up.
We'll see. I like the Lannisters. Lannisters are my favorite characters.
Now the Starks.
Cersei.
Starks all day.
You
The
ready?
Starks are too they're too humble. Like
I think the little blonde kid is gonna take the
The little let me
What's his
let me
name?
just
Bran?
let me
Bran? What's his-
Bran Stark.
Bran.
It, I believe, from the way that the story is told, from the books and people who have read the books and have expressed it.
Brad's gonna heat them.
Bran is the original White Walker. Bran is Bran the Builder who built the wall. Built the wall to protect the White Walkers from coming into
So you think the White Walkers are gonna see Bran and calm down?
what's gonna happen? No,
I think Bran-
no. What he's gonna, you know how he has the visions and the powers.
Yeah.
So, what that told us, what that was telling us, was foreshadowing or giving us a glimpse into how we got to present day. I believe the idea is that he goes. I forgot how it goes. He goes in there to protect. He goes to stop the White Walkers in order to stop the White Walkers. But then I think he winds up becoming the ultimate White Walker.
and,
first White
and then
Walker.
to stop everything.
To stop the fighting or something. There's something. There's a lot. I have to like.
I know there's gonna be a fucking twist that we're
But
all
Bran
all
does
wrong
have a piece
about.
of that.
I think my
There
opinion.
definitely will be a twist to it.
My
What
opinion
will
is
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
Bran, like Raisin Bran.
Yeah, Bran.
Oh, I've been seeing that man wrong. Wrong. Oh, I've been Bran. I think it's gonna be him or the little bitch with the sword.
Arya.
Arya. She looks like my mom when she was little.
But-
I call her my mom.
On that note,
Wait.
guys, we keep going.
Not yet.
All right, let's go.
Before the.
Oh,
Rachel,
coming up, bomba.
Rachel, I want you to look at this profile, and then
Yes.
after you look at this profile,
Yes.
you're gonna give me your opinion of what you think about this, and then you might want to step out for this.
Yes.
But just looking at this.
I don't know if Rachel's ready for this.
Yeah, I just
What
want
about
you.
it?
Just tell me what you think overall.
Just look up and down. Look up and down.
Emily.
What do you think she's trying to? What?
She has 42,000 followers.
Look at
What are her
her
pictures?
She looks like the typical.
She's looking for attention, right?
I don't know that she's
Let's
looking for
rip
attention.
No.
Before the book gonna come out. All right. So Rach.
She likes to show her body.
So Rach, we do eye candy once a week on our page.
Oh.
So we look through Instagram and we look at different people, and when we see like that, we post them on our page. This is the eye candy of the week. Follow her. So this specific person hit us up on the DM and said, "I don't appreciate." Oh, what was her exact words? She said,
Take
Take
this
me down
because I don't appreciate
because
being
I don't want
rated.
people to be rating me." Meanwhile, every picture, look at her page. Every picture is her ass. Every picture.
You don't want Julie. She doesn't want people.
I want to
Wait,
hear.
no, time out. I want to make sure I'm hearing you right.
Before we do book about.
Be rating or rating?
Rating.
Rating.
Because we do like
You
a
rate her.
we do a fire emoji and we do the caca emoji, and then but nobody
She
ever
doesn't
say
want to be
anything.
rated.
She doesn't, so she hit us up. She don't want to be rated. But meanwhile, her whole page is like that. Is that not?
She's
Is
comfortable
that
with it. She's comfortable
hypocritical?
with it, and she's fine with it. Then
Is that hypocritical?
So why can I rate her, Rachel?
Go? Let's go.
Well, you,
Right?
she's not saying you can't rate her. She's just saying.
No,
you're
she
rating her.
clearly said take my picture
So
down.
take my picture down.
I don't appreciate being.
I don't appreciate people looking at me that way. Meanwhile, that's her whole page. She be hypocritical, Miss Woman Power.
It's woman power.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I don't know what her. I don't know. I don't know all the
We
facts.
just told you.
I hear from your side. of the
You know
story,
what?
I don't hear her
I
side
got
of the
you.
story.
Let's go.
That's woman power. I'm not
No,
gonna
I got you. Let's show you the facts.
Yeah, show me the
Wait,
facts.
before we do the bomba. This is our page.
Sure, what she said. There you go. I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put it on the screen because I don't want to put that person on blast.
No, let's ask Rachel's opinion first.
Come on, Rich.
Right there.
What do you
Okay,
think?
You can read it. Read it.
Nah, don't read it out. Don't read it out.
This was me. I was being the
Don't
nice
disrespect
person.
her.
I really wanted to call. I can't even do that.
Búscame la bomba. Let's go. If you don't do it, I will.
Búscame la bomba means get me the bomb.
If you don't do it, I will.
I'm sure it's similar.
If you don't do it, I will. Let's go.
Okay.
I want to hear the one before.
If you're gonna, I don't know.
No, she stopped. Let's go.
I don't know.
Yo, Lou, let's go. Let's go.
Hit her. Alright. Sorry, Rich.
You on this?
You tell me what you guys are
Showing
thinking.
your
Yeah, I don't wanna
Because I'm a little bit. I need to take in this a little. You guys are obviously ahead of me on this, so.
No, you do it. I'm doing it. No, you do. You do.
Collab.
Yeah.
Collab.
Alright.
Go, you first.
You on
You think a woman puts
Instagram
herself- you're saying-
showing your ass,
You deserve.
acting like you don't want people to look at your ass.
It's not that she's saying she doesn't want people to look at her ass. She's saying she doesn't want people to rate it.
What that ass is whack at it.
No,
Rachel, you gotta relax.
No, I'm not. I am relaxed.
You
I'm
out
just saying-
there showing your body and wanting people to look. And the minute we give
People.
a
She wants
comment,
people to look. But
Wait,
she's
wait,
not-
let
but
Rachel respond.
she wants people to look, but she doesn't want people to rate her. That's different. That's like saying I'm gonna put my ass out here, but I don't want you to grab it. So
clearly Rachel doesn't understand the man's point of view.
I understand your point. I understand the point of view. I'm arguing the opposite
If I'm
side.
looking at your
That's why I'm able to
ass,
stand on this side and argue because I understand it.
if I'm looking at your ass, I want to touch it.
That doesn't give you a right to. It doesn't give you a right to whether it's out there or whether it's out there in broad daylight.
If you put your ass on the gram and I don't like it, it's cause it's whack.
If I don't want to scratch and sniff, then you don't exist. Yo, ladies and fucking gentlemen.
So my suggestion then, off top. Well, this is
Go.
my
I wanna hear
suggestion
this.
then is to say if you want to highlight somebody, right? You want to highlight.
You should ask for permission.
I mean, you could, yeah, you could ask, you could do that. That's an option, or do something else besides just the way she looks.
With that being
Once
said,
again, Rachel bodied us. Her second appearance, she's great. Yeah, look.
Thank you.
You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the 2 to 1 show.
Thank you.
I'm your boy Besta Lou. To my right, Rachel. To my left, Jaken. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at 221_show. Make sure you go to YouTube. What is it?
The 2 to 1.
I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow.
Thank
I'm
you,
a
everybody.
Brooklyn
Make sure you
nigga
catch
anyhow.
episode 30 next week.
Tried to look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies. I can make Penny proud. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. Tried to look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies. I can make Penny proud. I done seen it all with my dogs. I done went the world with my dogs. Running from the law and tell my mama how I got it. Hide the money in the drawer. All for the cause. And teach me how to ball. I had to learn on my calls. We hustle winter to the fall. They gave my dog 10 and had him lost in the sauce. We going up when he touchdown. Rich out of service, I might go and get a bust down. See us getting litty, please don't try to say what's up now. Walking in our section when you see us in the club now. It's Mr. Game 7, every game from here is clutch now. Down to my last, I watch everybody switch when I was down to my stash, trying to get it. If they talk about it now, we probably did it. Pull up in the rape when we was trapping out of Civic gang. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. Closet look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies. I can make Penny proud. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. Closet look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies. I can make penny. When you think of Brooklyn, better bring my name up. Trapping out of Civic till we got a range truck. Made a little change, but I ain't never change up. Feds did a sweep and then they took my gang up. When they got a name and now I keep a thing tucked. I gotta keep it on me, this is how they raised us. When they got it off the streets, I ain't got no pay stubs. In Miami on the beach, mojito with my legs up. This is God's plan. Bring a Lambo to the block, they like, oh man. Send my youngin' in the spot till the car jam. If you ain't calling us your ops, you a smart man. Cause I can still get you rocked by a marksman. My mama want me up the block, she like, oh damn. Cause I was with some animals like Tarzan. Wolves out, screaming fuck the judge, giving books out. Go and get a stain and split 50 with the lookout. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. Closet look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies, I can make Penny proud. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. I'm a Brooklyn nigga anyhow. Closet look like Vinny Styles. Mama told me how to treat ladies, I can make Penny proud.